play a game.
Well, hello there. All 0 of you. Well, people can catch up with this afterwards. That's fine. I'm going to play it anyway. So I'll probably start playing and I'll go through the details of what was in the patch a little bit later. What is the hero in this thing? The BR-140, isn't it? I think. Yep. Let's have a look. Let's go in the morning sometime. 10:04. Yeah, you'll do. And how do we set weather on the Xbox? That one? That one? That one? That one? No? No? I really should learn how to use the Xbox. It's clearly an issue. Okay, how did I get back there? Fine. Let's just back all the way out to the trains. Come on. What's going on? Right. Going well. It's a good thing no one's watching. Where's the route gone now? You've lost it. Oh, there it is. Right. Tim table. I clearly don't play on Xbox terribly much. If at all. BR-140 thing. Right. 10:04. I want that. And I want weather. How do I set weather? How do I do it? Why? No. No. Well, that service was fine, but how do I set weather? I don't know. So weird. Clearly what I'm doing doesn't work, so why do I keep doing it? We'll just start service. Yep. Just occurred to me, I did go live on the TSD channel, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay. It's not my other one. Right. Let me drive this thing. It's been a while. And I've only done it on PC. Alright. Reverse and forwards. Am I going to bother with PZB and CIFA? I suppose so. PZB, there it is. I'll just turn on PZB. Where's CIFA? CIFA, it's top left, top right. Smart. Okay. And I assume we're going to open the doors. Or not, because I don't actually know what kind of train this is. What is it? Freight train? Yep, freight train. No opening doors. Okay, good. Look at that, they're all the same. I thought we got away from those shitty white cars, but I guess not. I guess not. Sigh. Brake key. There'll be a brake key, won't there? Brake key on. Okay. Is that... He still has the red. At some point in time, we'll be allowed to move. I should move chat, because I can't see the speedo. Put it over there. That'll do. Not there's anybody chatting. That's from my live stream, which ended a while ago. But that's okay. It's time to go, apparently. Let's do it. Here goes the growly beast. Yeah, we're moving. Even more growly beast. I am playing with a slight delay because I'm playing off the capture card. The Xbox is over there. Just got to be careful not to go too fast because I am in Puzbuzz. Safe to release, but I don't even know how to do it on the Xbox, so there. It's probably Operation Shift or something. Care factor. We'll just stay under. I miss my controller. But that's okay. Zephyr. That's a horrible sound on the Zephyr with the looping. So certainly that's not being addressed. I am getting some snap, crackle and pop, which I don't know that I've heard before on Xbox, but that could be my capture card, I suppose. Got AP points turned on. We don't want that. Why does it make grass noises when I do that? Zephyr. Swing Brim Song. I'm beginning to wonder if this stream's public. Let's just have a look. Is this stream public? Ah, you donkey. Right. Wesley, hello. I was sitting here all lonely going, 0 people watching one of my streams? That didn't happen. And then I realized it wasn't public. And I'm sitting there going, you absolute knob jockey. Or for the English among you, the purveyor of the bell end. Hello, Melbourne train guy. Have you gotten home yet? I'm checking out Stuttgart on the Xboxen. Oh, I should show the Xboxen logo, shouldn't I? Just to let people know this is an Xboxen. Ah, Zephyr. Hate Zephyr. Where is the Xbox logo? I thought I had an Xbox logo. Oh, I do. There it is. Boop. There we go. Acknowledge! Shut up. I don't have to slow down to 985. There's no point. I'm only doing 45. Hello, Daniel Robert Jowett, Melbourne Train Guy again, David Mangum, and people coming in. I was sitting here with 0 people in my stream going, no way, I've been live for 13 minutes and there's 0 people on my stream. This just doesn't happen. And then I realized it was private. Zifa. So we're out on Stuttgart, we're having a look. If you haven't heard, there's been a patch. There is a problem with the patch. If you have a Dresden Chemnitz Dosto, it will not spawn you in a train. Safe to release, don't even know how, don't worry about it. Actually I do, it's there we go. I can do it with a keyboard. I've got no idea how to do it on a controller. Real Lord Vectron, hello. I was just explaining to people how much of a fuckwit I am. When I was sitting here 13 minutes into my stream going, what, there's no one? No one at all? It's showing me as YouTube featured. Yeah, maybe I should start private and just sit here by myself for a while and then kick it over to public. Maybe don't did that. Hey, young flying southerner. I am embarrassed. That's how I'm going. Because I sat here running my stream and running my mouth, but there was no one, and then I realized it was private. I think I'm going too fast. A lot. Oh, 7:30, sometimes 7, depends what I'm doing. I should be consistent, I suppose, shouldn't I? I am amazed that PZB has not belted me yet for going so fast through there. I'm also amazed that the back of my train didn't come off the tracks with its all-white cars. But that's okay. We are now to accelerate again, just in time for me to get there. Flying Southerner says, oops, well I'm sure that at some point on mine. Random question, how much storage do you have in the beast? Xbox or PC? I don't think it's going to let me move, is it? It's put the brakes on. Actually, I think PZB did whack me. Because I think maybe it stopped me. But anyway, should be able to go again now. There we go. Nice growly thing. Storage in the Xbox, I've only got 512 gig, I think, maybe. It's base, whatever base is. Oh, the PC, 16 terabytes. Most of it SSD. In fact, I think it's all SSD these days. Yeah, I've removed the spinning rust. It's all SSD. Memory-wise, I've got 48 gig, and the video card is a 4080, and it's not a super, but it's a weird MSI thing. It does have the memory of a super, but it's got 2 video encoders. It's 4 streamers, and they don't make one in the 50 series, bastards. Shut up, Steve. You aren't my friend. I'm still waiting to hear if Melbourne Train Guy actually got home or not. Or if you're still in the city waiting for that replacement bus. I don't think YouTube features has helped my views much. Zifa, stop it. Why do I turn Zifa on? I don't care about points. Maybe I should turn it off. And if you saw my level on the Xbox, I think I'm only level 25, so I don't use it very much, clearly. Really only on the streams. But I have to say, it's going okay. Because, you know, 60 FPS, near enough. That's alright. Ew, bright. Oh, you did get home safe. Good. You know what? I'm going to kill Sifa. I'm going to leave PZB on, because PZB is actually fun. Sifa's just boring. So how are people this miserably hot night? I went outside and there was a magpie in my front yard just sitting there going... without a tongue, naturally, because, you know, they don't have tongues. So I hosed it. I was quite happy. MTG says, train to Caulfield, 40-minute wait for a coast to East Pakenham, and then 30-ish minute wait for a velocity back to Morwell. At least you got the velocity most of the way back. That's good. And not everybody's at work, so there weren't 8,000 people trying to get into the one coach. Because with rail replacement buses, what always happens is one turns up and 500 people get in it, and then 6 turn up and there's 3 people in each of them. It's always how it works. It's 35 now, you're done, you've set your mic up, and now you're relaxing with Ribena. Is the mic working properly for you? I am hearing crackling. That's an Xbox thing, I'm told, but I've never heard it before. So I'm with you now, I've heard it. $27K is into Heilbronn. Cucumber says, my PC is 3 terabytes of storage, all SSD. In fact, the only system I have spinning Rust in now is my 4-bay Synology NAS with red drives. Everything else is SSD. MTG says it's the entire Cranbourne, Pakenham, Traralgon and Frankston lines. Ooh. So they closed Clifton Hill then. Sounds like. That chat is really bollocks, isn't it? I'm trying to make it readable for you. Oh well, let me know if it's readable. I don't know if it is. It doesn't look readable to me. Real Lord Vectron sorted the man-baby issues at work, so feeling good. Yep. I'm sure I'll have my share of those to deal with next week. Daniel says, I'm starting to get tired now after work last night, just finishing my mug of tea, then we'll head up to bed. Oh, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. A little cooler where you are, though. Could I put a black tint background under the chat text? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that's something I should try and fiddle with when I've got PZB running, really. Properties? No, there's nothing really in there. Filters, maybe? Oh, it's got a chroma key on it. What if I... Oh no, that just makes it disappear. Alright, we won't do that. I'll stop fiddling with it. I'll just drive, because I do have PZB on. And I've got a TSR coming. What a surprise. Great. MTG thinks it works, did a test stream earlier, sounds pretty good. Happy for sure. Good. Is this too loud? Daniel says it's 2 to 3 degrees, but feels more like -8. Well, right now, mate, it's 38 here. Lord Vectron says TSW related. Now that I got the TSCX working, it's much more fun driving. Excellent. I am acknowledging. I am acknowledging. I am acknowledging. God damn it. Alright, we'll just sit here now while I lament my decision to put PZB on. We've only got 25 more kilometres of this. So that driver's laughing now. Go, hey, past me, you prick. What's this? Come back! Frostfire, hello. You wish it was warm where you are. It's below freezing in Cali. Ugh. At least it's not on fire. Melbourne train guy says, well, that alarm is loud, but the train is quiet, or maybe my ears are whoop. Flying Southerner very helpfully says PZB fail counter 1. It's actually 2. You didn't see the first one. I can't see the power gauges properly. They're behind me. I'll have to look over there. There we go. It's a cute horn whistle, isn't it? It's much better than your average German horn. They should all be like this. What does E mean? Anyone? Anyone? Not safe to release. Yes, boss. No release here. You didn't pay for a happy ending. There we go. Just remember to stay under 70. I've actually got to stay under 45, don't I? I'm monitoring. Not that I think we're in too much danger of that, because, you know, clearly there's a bit to this train. It appears we've come out of monitoring, have we? I think so. Why are other things flashing? Why is the 55 flickering every now and again? It's not meant to do that, is it? But anyway, the stuff they've meant to have fixed is PZB indicators being incorrect in U mode while restricted. Fixed an issue causing the DBBR140 UIC plug cabs to incorrectly appear. Open. I assume they mean plug caps. Could have sworn I'd have to acknowledge that, but I guess not. Safe to release. Off we go then. Of course, you can only do that if you've got a keyboard. So I'm not part of the PC Master Race today. I'm part of the console paupers. Just doing my best to cope. I should really turn this way and watch it on the actual Xbox screen, but that would be rude, wouldn't it? I could do that. You bloody cats. One of them's vomited on my floor and I just put my foot in it. Woohoo, victory. "23 kilometers to go. Has anybody else noticed the number of 23 appears too often in the universe? Look around you, you will see far too many 23s. Bloody cats indeed. MTG says try using X and D-pad left and right for PZB LZB release and the other one. Ah. Too fast again. I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. German trains hate me. They really do what I want. Especially that horrible ICE 3M thing. That just hates my guts. Snap, crackle, and pop indeed. Are you actually hearing the snap, crackle, and pops, or is it something local to me? But anyway, the other things that are meant to be fixed in the patch are ambient sounds outside of Stuttgart, updated areas of poor lighting across the whole route, moved a speed sign that was embedded in a gantry, fixed an issue with platform numbers on Stuttgart-Heilbronn, fixed an issue with tractive effort and brake effort meter not showing values in ZWS mode. Okay. How far can I tap it before it explodes? What else did they fix? Fixed track textures that could appear to be floating. Well, they either could or they are. Fixed a tree texture issue at Tam station during snowy weather. Fixed a snow textures failing to load at various stations on the route. Fixed an issue with an invisible wall at Bietigheim track 196. That's remarkably specific. Fixed a signboard clipping with the platform shelter at the Stuttgart Feuerberg station. Fixed an issue to ensure wipers correctly clear windows. Fixed issues where players could access non-playable areas. Oh no. Fixed instances of roads disappearing as you get close to them when snow is present. Gone. Fixed toy car box being unreachable at Bietigheim. Fixed an issue causing coupling between two locos to not connect properly. Oh no, they become... What are those ones called that don't ever touch each other? I've forgotten. Fixed an issue causing coupling... Oh, get that one. Fixed wetness-ish textures at Stuttgart-Zuffenhausen station. Fixed an issue causing incorrect AP points when CIFA is activated. And fixed an issue causing cab bouncing while braking and accelerating. But they don't tell you which train they did that for. As we gradually accelerate, even though we are untapped. It says we're tapped, but we're not. Because I can tell the power meters are all sitting on 0. So we have no taps at all. Even though it's making noise. But that's okay, because we're going downhill and it's still accelerating, so that's fine. Cucumber says, I wonder how the little Series S will cope with GWR if the remaster makes it to Gen 8 somehow. I'll give it a go on the Xbone S. I'd be a touch surprised if it makes it to Gen 8. I think they've already announced it's not. I don't think they will. So how will the Xbox S cope with it? I think you might need to pour ice cubes in it. MTG says, German trains have two moods. They hate you or they are about to hate you. Yes, that's very true. Very true. It's not as though they haven't made up their mind. They know they're going to hate you. They just haven't decided exactly when. Yes, that is German trains, pretty much, in a nutshell. Oh, dare I try it? Gratuitous bridge shots. Not that I even know how to do a screenshot on this thing. It's still F10? F12? No, neither. Better get back in there before PZB whacks me. Are we going to get power now? No, I reckon I've blown something. We're only accelerating because we're rolling downhill. Air compressor, traction motor fan, pantograph. Well, it didn't go clunk or anything. Is the panto down? No. Ooh, that made a noise. So it's making noise, but all my meters are on 0. Oh no, there goes one. Look, amps are going up. but the volts are 0. How are the amps high and the volts are 0? How is this actually possible? We are accelerating though, so clearly it's working, because the meter's not. Interesting. Melbourne Train Guy says it's a cool bridge on the Xbox, and I think it's the button to the left of your Xbox guide button. I could learn the console before showing it off, but I'm quite good at being an idiot, so why would I do that? Is it that one that's outside camera? Yep. Get out of the way. Lowtech 42 says Rail Cowgirl for the win. It's actually a very good channel. If you have not looked at Rail Cowgirl, you should. She's a real train driver. Lots and lots of cab views. Let me find you the channel, which is dangerous because I have got PZB on. Excellent call, Lowtech 42. Excellent call. MTG says the Xbox can sense that you are of the PC master race and it's just fighting you. Well, yes, it's plugged into a PC, so of course it can. Uh-oh. What keys wipers? I'm doomed. It's not W, is it? Sad that I don't know what key wipers is, but, you know, on my thing I've got a controller. There must be a thing for it. Must be that. No, that's train heating. Oh, up there. Wiper speed? That'd be wiper on off, wouldn't it? Oh, come on. Yay! Victory! Small victories. I've almost managed to get to the end of the track. Only 13 kilometers to go. Should I play you something really funny? It's from this morning's Enter stream. I don't know if you'll hear this. We'll find out. No, you didn't hear that. I made Hentus run Stuttgart. He doesn't like Stuttgart. Let's try that again.
Are you serious? You can't get out of here. That's just...
Did you hear it that time? I guess so. Did you actually hear what Enter said? I'm not sure. Welcome to the new people who have just joined the chat. We are driving in a DB BR 140. And we're pulling a car of remarkably white cars. And somehow it started snowing. Probably because I don't know how to turn off dynamic weather on the Xbox because I'm an idiot. What are those cars doing? They're so weird. Have I got motion blur on or something horrible? Maybe. We'll have a look between the runs. Yes, it came through. Excellent. He was playing on PlayStation, I'm playing on Xbox. He got stuck in the underground station. I've got a better one than that too. Try this one.
Very much, and have a good night, and I will see some of you hopefully tomorrow.
Wait for it.
And see you later, guys. Thank you. Bye bye. There you go.
Couldn't get his thing up. Terrible problem to have. I know I shouldn't do this with PZB running and I'm asking for trouble, but this came too. Little demonstrator steam engine. So I'll make some videos with this. You can buy them from an American science company for about $8 million. Or you can buy them from the Indian company that actually makes them for a lot less. I got one from the Indians. Took a little while to get here, but not as long as I thought it would. We have to slow down to 90 coming up. I don't think that'll be an issue somehow, since I'm not actually doing 90 yet. I need to know, is that some horrible artifact or have I got motion blur turned on? Oh, get off, you scum. That's better. A little bit. Now it just stutters instead. I have always said that to people who complain about stuttering. Just turn on motion blur, it almost completely goes away. Hello, Alpha Star. Hey, Grumpy Englishman. Andy Lad, hello, how are you? We are running into Heilbronn. Stuttgart Hochbahnhof, eventually. I think that's where we came from. But, we're cruising along in a 140. Flying Southerner says, very cool, nice to show how the locos on the provincial integrated Southern service work. Ah, yes. Flying Southerners Railroad is called PISS. Mine is called... What is my latest version of it? Ah, yes, the Terrible Intercity Transport Service. Or TITS. Real Lord Vectron says, motion blur makes me nauseous. Tried RD-R2 on console recently and had to stop and go back to PC. You bought this route yesterday, Alpha Star. Very good. What do you think? Have you tried it pre and post patch? I haven't seen anything really weird yet, so... Maybe it's working. I don't know. Whee! I mean, the roads are there and it's snowy. I'd move my head, by the way, but on shorts it kind of needs to be in the middle. You may be amused, I keep pressing 1 on my PC keyboard instead of the Xbox keyboard to get back in here. Oh, I was wondering what the little blue mark was on the meter, but it's actually from the chat. Okay. That's okay. You've got it installed, but you haven't tried it yet. Well, you're trying it vicariously right now. I do know that if you try and run a Dresden Chemnitz 766 Dosto on it, it won't. You'll just spawn without a train. The other Dostos seem to work okay, though. Andy Ladd says, I'm okay now, starting to feel better, thanks. I had the flu over New Year and that turned into pneumonia and felt rough for a while. I imagine that would have been quite challenging, especially in really cold weather. So, yes, very difficult. You should come here and bake in the warmth for a while. I've spent the whole day hiding inside, except for when I went out to get hamburgers. I did see a car with an Uber sign on it in the middle of the road, with the driver madly cranking the engine, but there was coolant and oil pouring out of it onto the road underneath. And I was sort of thinking, yep, I don't think your engine's going to run. Not at all. Alpha Star says, with the new DLS 4.5 thingy from NVIDIA, I hope DTG adds supports for DLSS into TSW6. They have said loads of times that they are not going to support DLSS because it's actually only a very small part of their market, because you require NVIDIA for that, and most of their market is console, which, guess what, isn't NVIDIA. It's the other one. Phil B, hello to you. Lowtech42, what do you think of the GG1 locomotive? I reckon that thing is cool as. It's good fun. Wow, green signals. Knowing Germany, they mean stop. Daniel says, I'm watching in bed. Fair enough. You may wake up in the morning with a phone on your face. Just be aware of that. Not that that's ever happened to me, no. On cold days, I usually wake up with a cat wrapped around my head, or hiding under the doona with me. Splat! Oh, we just took one out. Oh well. Darwin for the win. We'll continue. Alpha Star says it's going to be FSR then, I guess. Yeah, they haven't committed to that either, but you never know. One day, perhaps. How is it I'm slowing down going downhill? Why is it so? The console settings are a weird blend compared to the PC. They run at a particular setting. I have to say the Xbox actually seems to have less pop-in than the PC does, which is interesting. Maybe it's just not drawing some things. Andy Ladd says, yeah, I used to work with lives in Melbourne. He said it just randomly went 40 degrees a few days. That's too hot for my liking. Anything above 25 these days. And I start to really struggle. Oi! 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 God damn it. Sigh. Well, the cool thing about this is we get to hear the growly noise again. See, it'll teach me for reading a long message in the chat. Real Lord Vectron says, I've heard if you don't like the weather in Melbourne, go inside for 15 minutes and go back out. Sometimes. says the man from the wettest city in Australia. What's wrong with the growl? The growl's sad. Oh no. There we go. Andy Les said PZB caught you again. It's because I was reading your comment. Flying Southerner very helpfully says PZB foul counter 2. It's actually 3. Do I have to remind you of that? Alpha Star has a bit of a laughing Hulk. Melbourne Train Guy says Dre. No, it was Oi. Yelling Oi at PZB really doesn't work. It clearly doesn't really care. Come on, you big red sausage. I've only got 4Ks to go. Andy Led says, I suppose I should apologise for you getting pinged by it. Yes. No. This rate I might actually get up to 40 kilometres an hour by the time I'm supposed to slow down for it. Flying Southerner says, by the way, the Aussies may feel at home in the UK. There is a town in Derbyshire called Melbourne. Well, there you go. I should go there. Is it full of young African men killing each other with machetes? Because that'd make it feel like home. I'm guessing by the speedo I have wheel slip. There we go. It was doing a little dance. Stutter Sim World, Xbox Edition. So that's why I had motion blur on, I guess. Because now it looks horrible. What's the frame rate? 45? It should be better than that. That looks really bad, doesn't it? Oi. What? Ah, too fast. Count is now 4. I'm not going outside again. It says safe to release, but look at that signal in front of me. There is no way that that's green. Come on, Slippy Boss. You can do it. Do we need sand? We're downhill. We should just accelerate by sliding. Alpha Star says, I want to run a route, for example, West Coast Mainline South with all layers enabled. Do I need 32 gig of RAM or is 16 enough? VRAM is probably more the issue, but these days 16 gig of RAM in a PC is not much, but getting RAM right now could be expensive. I really don't think we're doing 10 kilometers an hour somehow. Come on. You can do it. I don't think we're doing 20 either. I think we just got little wheels going, whee! Oh. We went into the upside down for a moment. Spin, spin, spin! Oh, it'll get there eventually. It'll heat the snow up and it'll get traction. It'll be fine. BZB count of 4. Thank you. Bloody hell, says Lowtech. Frostfire, PZB4, Transim Driver 0. Yes. Melbourne Train Guy, secret third mood unlocked. Swung Bremsung overdue. Overdrive. Just to prove I can acknowledge it. It took so long to get moving that I'm actually out of monitoring now. Isn't that funny? Oh well. 3Ks to go. Flying Southerner, Alpha Star, I run 32 gig in my PC. It copes with it fine, but consoles cope with 16 gig. The main thing is graphics card memory of 12 gig in your RTX 3060. Yeah, consoles have got 16 gig shared across both, and I think the Xbox S has 13 gig shared across both, which is a weird number. But you know, whatever. We're about to get another PZB? No. Yep, better slow down for this 40 zone, that's for sure. But we are at least almost there, which is good. I run 48 gig. 48 or 64? I'll have to check. Let's just assume it's 48, because that's the lower side in this PC. But that's because I do things like streaming and video production and all sorts of stuff. I need lots of RAM. Games don't need that much RAM. I don't think I've ever seen a game use more than 32. Lord Vectron says 64 gig means man's a millionaire right now. Yes. I could sell my RAM. Grumpy Englishman says if you don't run TSW on a potato, you should be fine. Excuse my hiccups. .32 is probably better because in that memory consoles aren't running Windows. Oh, gee, what's the Stream Deck got? Steam Deck, it's like 16, I think. It runs fine on that. Frame rate's not amazing on the Steam Deck, but it runs okay. I think we'll just roll the rest of the way in. What do you reckon? But then we lose that really cool noise. Have I got cab lights on or something? No, it's just bright. Hey, it's snowy. Let's open a window. You have an RTX 5060 Ti. Bloody hell. Another millionaire. Look, Vectron says the only performance issues I get in my Ultra 7 256K plus 32 gig plus 16 gig 4080 at 4K Ultra is the shader issues, but that's a UE4 thing because all UE4 games do it. They do indeed. There we go, we've proved the brakes work. Not that they've completely released or anything. Look at all the trains in this yard. It's amazing. Look at them all. There's one. Well, two if you count mine. Melbourne Train Guy says, I have a PlayStation 5. It can play Train Sim World. By itself? Doesn't it need you? Vectron says, now I own all but one DLC. The launch time is painful. I wish they'd find a way to optimize that. It is indeed. MTG says RAM, CPU, RAM, GPU. Something like that, yeah. Lowtech says, is the TSCX worth the money? How hard is it to set up for NA locomotives? I don't think you could make it work with a NA steam engine. Just saying. That better not be a neutral zone. Look at the wiring. Bloody hell. Is that real? One needs to know. How does it make that turn? There must be a standoff or something, surely. Oh, I say, it gets connected in with that one. Yeah, I suppose that's realistic. It could do it. It wasn't PZB that shut me down this time. It was inattention because I was looking at wires. Come on, beast. Let's go. Let's overcharge the bastard. Love that noise. Getting it working with most games is relatively easy. I've got tutorials on them all. TSW is probably the hardest because you've got to copy a DLL into TSW's file system and overwrite the one that's there. Rename the old one. Frostfire says I have an RTX 5080 with 64 gig of RAM and some i9 CPU. That's pretty decent. Munchkin upstairs is a 5080. Bob's Modelling Mayhem, hello to you. We're just trying to get to the end of this run without dying, really. How many trains have we seen now? 4? There's number 4. Busy. Lowtech says, I have one, don't use NA locos, but it's a butt to get working. Uses third-party software which hijacks the rail driver implementation. Yeah, that's basically what it does. With TSC, it's native, and it actually knows how to decode all of the TSC equivalent of pack files, which it all just zips, really. And it pulls out all the details it needs, and then it knows what locomotive you're driving, and it behaves accordingly. The downside of that, in TSW, all the levers are consistent. They always work the same way. In TSC, the levers could work differently for different things. Why are you flickering? Why is that flickering there, next to the dot? I suppose it's better than what it used to be like. You used to be able to see the sun through it. Can we actually survive 380 meters? That's the question. A few new people have dropped in. Welcome along. You're welcome to join in the chat. Don't have to, but feel free. We're driving the Stuttgart-Heilbronn route on the Xbox Series X. Vectron says, I issue with TSCX requires Cobra from continuing to offer his software. TSCX needs to make their own. Flying Southern, there is an i5 11400F, 32 gig of DDR4, 3060, 12 gig, and 3 terabyte of SSDs. It still runs TSW at 4K just fine. That's pretty good, actually. Vectron says Cobra did remove the links to his mod at one point because of the TSCX. I hadn't heard that. I think he updated it at one point to actually accommodate the TSCX. Let's not spad. Spad bad. No spad. Low-Tech says it's not a bug, it's a feature. Of course. Rectron says 3200 megahertz seems low. That's the stock speed. Your RAM should support XMP. Go enable that in the BIOS. David Magnum asks, what monitor are you using? I'm using a Samsung G9, but I play in a 2K window in the middle of it when I'm streaming, because I stream out at 2K, and trying to stream at 5K, which is the G9's native resolution, YouTube does not allow it. Just, you simply can't do it. But when I'm playing Xbox, I have a 4K monitor, which is sitting over next to me, which does double duty. It's the second monitor of my work PC, and it's the primary monitor of my Xbox. If it's stock RAM, Vectron, it probably will just run at 3200. All the brakes. Bloop. Done. Yay, finally finished it. Well, that worked. So, main menu. Vectron says, when I was going through the forums, the TSCX guy said he removed it initially, but then negotiated to have it the official software. Ah, fair enough. What we run this time? What else is native to this thing? Not a Dosto. That's native to... No, that's not native. You know I'll have to do it sooner or later. Might as well get it overhead. Might as well get it over with. Oh, 7 minutes. Yeah, that's worth it. And they're both going to be in the dark. Yeah, nah, let's not bother. Actually, you know what I will run? Where's my cursor? Right. That thing. I've done that for ages. 628. Can I select it? Yay. Oh, they're all short too. Why would you even bother? Fine. Is there anything that's long? 425 maybe? Oh, they're a bit better. All right, we'll do that one. Stuttgart Hochbahnhof to Karlsruhe. Hang on, that's... Yeah, all right. Desert Coliseum. Trains are gay. Really? You actually bothered to type that? Because you realise, this being a safe and friendly place, bye! Bob's Modelling Mayhem says, has that route been fixed yet, or is it still broken? Well, it's had a patch. So you can tell me what you think while you watch. Trying to remember how to set this thing up now. There's a key somewhere. There it is. No, that's not coupling key. Up there. There it is. No, forwards. And doors. Doors would be right-hand doors, I think. Well, that works. Good. So I need some headlights, don't I? Right, and PZB and LZB does support LZB by the looks of it. All right, so we're loading passengers. We have lights on. Do we have proper lights on though? Yes. Okay, good. Right. Now we just got to wait a moment. The trolls were out early today, says Andy, with a bit of a laugh from Alpha and Holy Trucker. Yeah, it didn't last long. Technically, trains are not gay as they have a male and a female part that insert and connect. This is true. Andy says, probably not in schools, it's such due to weather. Vectron's not saying it, apparently. Start getting the doors shut. Because it's almost time to go. Is this just a PBC thing? Yeah, it's a PBC thing. Okay. So it'll be just this one. Off we go then. Hey, it works. Woo! Hello, Chucky Transport. How are you? Happy New Year as well. Lowtech says, do you think more Thomas content is coming? It's a bit of a winner commercially, so why wouldn't there be? But I'm not aware of any plans. It's not green, is it? But not have to acknowledge. No magnet. Go figure. Well, this frame rate's going okay out of here. Yeah. Looks as good as the Xbox ever does. Getting banned has to be something pretty bad, Real Lord Vectron. And would I ban a subscriber? If I actually knew they were, probably not. Especially if they're in my Discord, I'd have a chat with them. But you actually can't tell if someone's a subscriber. I don't know if you know that or not. There's no way to know it. So let me get this straight. I'm in a 60 zone and I've got a TSR that says I can go 70. How's that work? Alpha Star says New Year to Chucky. Skyline looks beautiful with the lighting. Zephyr. Oh yes, you're not turned on. It's okay. We have not turned on Zephyr. Holy Trucker says, damn, I wish you kept him in. I wanted to hear how he felt about buses. Real Lord Vectron's not an edgy kid anymore, so his chat is safe. Just an edgy adult now. Chucky says maybe it changes to 100 normally where the 70 is. I think that is what happened. Vectron would love some more Thomas. The nephews love it. How do they find the driving system on it? My niece wasn't a fan. But I might have coloured her thinking by telling her I thought it was stupid. You know, even in the summer lighting like this, the rendering of shadows in the distance is smoother on the Xbox than it is on the PC. So it's less poppy. It sort of fades in. Quite like that. You're the popular uncle teaching your nephew how to drive trains. Sounds like fun. Now you have to support them. And they found the driving thing good. That's good. So maybe it was just because I told my niece that I thought it was stupid, that she automatically thought it was stupid. Only gripe was signaling on the story scenarios means they could fail it easily. Yes, that's a common feedback. Oops. Just out of interest, didn't I pick a 628? I don't think that's what I got. Animal TVI Simrail coming to Xbox soon. I have heard that. Good luck to them with that. Hopefully they don't run into the same horrible texture issues as they do, as this does. I do have texturing problems on PC with Simrail sometimes, that's why I don't play it very much. It only happens when I'm streaming it. If I'm just playing it, it doesn't happen. It's weird. Chucky says, I know it's not what I'm used to, but I still find the Thomas controls harder because you have to hold the throttle. Something like speed set might have been simpler. Yeah, it depends what you can explain to a kid, I suppose. As we head towards Ludwigsburg, I have to say the route's behaving itself pretty well. This is actually tonight's the first time I've run it on Xbox. I haven't tried before. Which made it very hard to tell if the patch was here because I hadn't even installed it. So I had to install it and just hope it's been patched. Every time I start reading a chat, I start speeding. So you'll know when I'm reading the chat. That and I look over there. Low-Tech enjoyed the Thomas stuff. Wish the controls and scenarios were more challenging. David Mangum says, do you think the Frankfurt Fulda route will get the blurry textures fixed when I play the route I'm being kicked out of the game? I hope so. I know that they are working on things, but there's no end in sight that I'm aware of. So hopefully we get something, because you should be able to play something that you have purchased. If you're getting kicked out, then you're definitely completely running out of memory, so that's not good. That's a defensive thing by the console. It goes, this game's eating me out. Holy truckers, I've saved so much money in my 2 months off Train Sim World content, so overpriced to be honest, it's worse than Flight Simming now. I thought Flight Sim was more expensive. That looks red. Oh, it's at the end of the station, isn't it? It's fine. Animal says, I picked a timetable service on Peninsula Corridor with Loco and it loaded. I had the cab car. There are a few services that are the wrong way round deliberately so that you can run the cab car towards San Jose and you can run a Loco towards San Francisco. There's 3 or 4 services like that, so you might have got one of the deliberate ones. Chucky says that would be good. Holding trigger moved a needle on the speed and that would set speed for Thomas to drive along. You should suggest it. says he, not slowing down anywhere near fast enough for this station. He's probably going to Nebworth the thing. Unless this thing's brakes are amazing. Let's not watch. I'll just be that bloke on the wall. There goes me train. Bastards. So what do you think? Is it going to have a carriage in the platform? I'm thinking no. Oh. Oh. It does. I should really put the Xbox's keyboard right in front of me, then I'd stop pressing my PC's keyboard buttons. There. It's painful though. Oh, they're stuck on me. Go away. Oh, they're stuck on a pole. Yes, walk into the pole. Be Transcend World people. Bonk. 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 Yep. Bonk. Oh, I don't know if I can keep watching that. Wait until 9:31. Isn't this the only station? Oh no, we've got another one. I can't watch those passengers anymore. They hurt my head. No, the other way. Better not be some complex emergency release on this. Chucky says, like how one of the Roblox games does it. Xbox version got no tree pop. Looks really solid. Very nice. It actually is something working okay. I shouldn't sound surprised, should I? Ludwigsburg. Alright. Amazing that we got away with that, because, you know, PZB didn't whack me either. And I didn't miss it, Mr. Vecron. There was no Nebworth. Might have needed a taxi to the back of the platform, for sure. V says, hi, Paul and everyone in the chat. In my opinion, Stuttgart is much better optimized than most of the older routes. One of the worst optimized pop-in render distance shadows is Link Roanstracker. I don't know if I've ever played that one on Xbox. I'm not even sure if I've got it. So far, the only issues I've spotted have been me. It's right here. Just there. It's because this is empty. See, like that. But I'll be doing the right speed in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can't even count. It's okay. Don't be afraid. Pieces so bad probably won't be improved any further. What a shame. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it. Make your feelings known, V. That's what you really need to do if you want something fixed. Holy Trucker says, do you have any rules and regulations with trains and hours driving them? Just trying to keep an eye on the speed a little bit. Weird for me, I know. Trains and hours driving them, you're forced to take rest breaks by law. Reason I ask is I drove all day, came home and played ETS2 in my off hours too. On the railway I'm on, we do a maximum 12-hour shift. There are breaks built into the timetable, which means that if you are running on time, you get a break. If you're running late, it depends largely on your driver and the station master. If you've got a good driver, you can say to the driver, I want my 10 minutes, and they'll wait, and you'll just run late. But some of them go, no, we got to keep going. So there definitely are breaks built into the timetable, though. As a fireman, though, you can't really ever leave the locomotive alone. You can be out of it, but you need to go back in there and keep a constant watch on water and the fire. If the fire goes out, it's only embarrassing. If you run out of water, people could actually die, so it's not very cool. Is this the one that goes down the hole? I've never found a train that goes down the hole. Andy Ladd laughs. Holy Trucker says, and you play trains in your off hours too. Any rules on break times you like my truck driving? Well, interestingly, my real day job and the railway are both related to public service. So I actually have to maintain my hours across both, and I have to report hours to both. So yeah, it is monitored. Playing with a simulator doesn't count because that's off time. Because you're home relaxing. Anytime you're off the property is off time. That's how you can sneak in a longer than a 12-hour day too. So I do track patrol, for example. Start that at 6, get back to Belgrave about 9 o'clock. I leave the property and I'll go and have breakfast and sit somewhere and have a rest, and then I'll come back and run fire patrols for the day. So it's more than 12 since I started, but not including the rest break. Yep, it is me. I am the problem. I agree with that. Fire good, water bad. Got it. Yes, that's basically it. Flying Southerner says, if the fire goes out on one of your locos, how to fire the loco back up? This was a slight pun intended. We carry a little bottle of kerosene, and you go wandering around wherever you are, and you go and find sticks, and you light a little wood fire and start piling coal on it and hope for the best. See, now I'm overreacting to the brakes. SHM, hello. Signaling system not CBTC. No, there's no cab signaling in this. Holy Trucker says, so you're essentially driving a Kentwood fireplace all day. No, you're driving a bomb, basically. I've had to relight a fire once. And that time I deliberately knocked the fire out. I took it out of the box because there was so much rubbish in it that the fire just wasn't burning right. It was a time when we had coal that was basically half rocks. Doers. Let's see if anybody walks into polls now. I'm sure that bloke got off the train and now he's getting back in and I've been kicked out. That's okay. All right. Continue. That one. Let's try something different. So far, they've all gone kind of okay, haven't they? I haven't spotted anything that's particularly weird. Go on, Speedy. How it has troubles with frame rates displaying that, I don't know. But, you know, it does. Vectron says, only gold. Restart, we can do better. Yes, bronze is on your horizon. Tosto. No, 423. 423. Is that the one in a hole? That is the one in a hole, isn't it? Let's try it. Yes, it's the one in a hole. Buzz on. Let's just leave our train fully enabled and go look around a hole. This is the hole. You wanted to know what the hole was. And you can't go out though. See? You're not allowed. No exit. No exit. Doesn't seem to be any collectibles. Can't go in there, not even to use the microwave. No elevators. That was Harry Potter. See, will I be allowed out? No. What about... No, no, no. I can't get out. Ah, there's people everywhere. Uh-oh. No, there is no out. Hello. Oh, that's why it's walking in a funny direction. The thing was off to the side. I was trying to think, why isn't it going straight? Why does I keep walking into things? Time to go, surely. No, not that. That. All right, let's move it. Flying Southerner, just trying to think what to do for my 21st birthday is coming up next month. I want to drive a train. But will they be open in February? Not sure. What sort of train do you want to drive? Am I in monitoring? Probably. I was kind of hoping it had expired by then. Why are my doors opening? That sounded like doors opening. Not that side. There's no lights on in my train either, is there? I think the doors are open, aren't they? Yep. Ooh. That's a bit... Ooh. Ooh. Have they solved the blurry textures problem? Nah. Ooh. Run away! I want to get back in the cab. I can't handle it anymore. Alright, let's get out of here. PZB Files 5. Hello, Hawks. Andy Lett says, how do you cope when the weather is extremely hot on the train? Imagine on a 40-degree day, temps in the cabin was 50 plus. That, more than that. On a 35-degree day, they're over 60. And basically you drive and fire from the outside. So you go inside, do what you need to do, and go and stand outside because the weather's nicer. Technically, when it's over 34, we don't run, but they check that at the start of the day, and if it's not over 34 at the start of the day, we run trains. I always thought this was a bit sad, but there you go. Is there a speedo behind my head? Oh yeah. No instrument lights. There we go. Now we'll have them. There you go. That's it. You've been down the hole. Good deal. Well, ignore that I'm doing 90. It's perfectly okay. See? Perfectly okay. No windows. Well, it's not blurry there. It's only blurry in the tunnel. Here it's just juddery. $60 plus, you definitely melt. Yeah, the worst one was our one that had been converted from coal to burn diesel fuel. That specialised in making everything except the boiler hot. And when we started making mods to make it work better, they cracked the sands. This thing's brakes are quite good. Not like the slimy sausage we were in before. Vollzug. Look at that. Don't get better than that. They still overlap, I see. I don't know if they meant to, or if they're, if that's realistic or not. I have no idea. I just ran into that lady's forehead. Time to go.
Gleis 3, Einfahrt S6 nach bei der Stadt. Abfahrt 8:36 Uhr. Vorsicht bei der Einfahrt.
Not a pleasant smooth frame rate, but not blurry. I think this was the train that went blurry. Stuttgart Fluffy Buck. Oop, wrong way. Wrong way. It's always kind of funny the way they leap out. It's like, oh. I was about to say something rude then, but I won't. It's amazing how liberating it is not running SIFA. When you come out of the cab. See you later, Frostfire. Have fun. Thank you for joining in. No, I won't stream for really long tonight anyway. I was up at 5 for no readily apparent reason. I like this train. No one wants to get off here. Hey, Florian, how are you? Boop. FPS counter gone. See? I do listen. I need to fix the white balance on my camera again, don't I? Part of my challenge with driving these is I'm actually watching what you're watching. My head's in front of the speedo, which is problematic. But I kind of need to be there for the short stream, because I'm pushing out to both currently. At least I think I am. Oh, actually, maybe I'm not. Just curious. Am I actually pushing out to the short stream or not? Yes, I am. I suppose I could move over a little bit so you can see the speedo at least. I think that'll still work okay for the short stream. Should, I think. Oh well. Whatever, it either works or it doesn't. Florian says, I played the route for the first time after the patch came out. I'm surprised the blurred textures on my PS5 Pro are quite minimal, although we have missing services. If you've got Chemnitz, Dostos, Rest and Chemnitz, they spawn without a train. But if you think there's missing services, give me an idea of what you think's missing and I can report that back in. But that might have been how they solved it too. Less services is less memory. Florian, is that realistic on the PIS that they overlap like that? Cool, thanks Chucky. Flying Southerner says, I suppose we'll shortly find out. Yes. Building. Florian says there's an issue on PlayStation that has to do with Ludwigsbahn. That's blurry. There's definitely blurry textures happening there, but up that close. That was loud. Definitely not realistic. Yeah, I thought probably not. Seemed a little weird. It'll be better now I can see the speedo too. It's kind of helpful. Because I'm not used to looking at the top. I'm used to looking at the speedo. I wonder if the Xbox can have two keyboards. Because then I could plug box into the Xbox. It is quite helpful to be able to see your speedo, yes. It's kind of handy. Alpha Star says, do you know what the post-process quality settings does in the graphics menu in TSW6? Nothing as far as I know. It's a good thing that wasn't red. Hey, shit, I'm a boy on Xbox. Wow. I don't know why I always pick female profiles on PC, but I do. Off we go to ADHD next stop. I think there's going to be another one coming shortly. I have that feeling. Yep, another delightful TSR. Wrong. No, Vectron. It was the TSR, wasn't it? The TSR bothered you and made you leave. We've got a town known for country music called Tamworth, so this is Tamworth, surely. This must be German country music that goes unz, 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 unz. Surely. Chocky thinks TSRs should have visible things going on like NPCs and bits, not just TSRs for the sake of TSRs. Sometimes they do. On Riviera, I've seen NPCs. But a TSR could just be a track fault too. So there's not necessarily any active work going on where the track fault is. It's just that you have to go slower over the track at that point until it's fixed. And fixing it could take weeks or months depending on how busy the track is and how bad the fault is. Florian says, I always whistle when entering a TSR, pretending there are workers or something. Could do that. I know on our railway we only whistle if there's a flagman. If there's no flagman, we don't. Did I open the wrong doors? Probably. What is that building up there? Oh, it's the cover over the stairs. Well, that's kind of cool. It's kind of nice. Yeah, I think whoever did that knows what they're doing. It came up quite nicely. Wait. I was doing under 85. You bastard. Florian says they probably don't have here in Germany either. They rarely transversal here. I'm pretty sure I was doing under 85 then. Thanks for the noisiness. PZB 6. I've won a few though. Forgot to release. Actually, hang on. The very fact that I did that meant I had released. Surely you don't have to release twice. Hey, King K Games, how are you? I'm being beaten to death by German trains. Chocky says you just about hit 86 because of the downhill grade. Yeah, it would be that pedantic. I could see Lucas going, nah, you went over 85. You're doing 85.000001. Amy says, you still online? I just woke up. No, this is a separate stream, Amy. Welcome along. Or do you mean still online for this stream? Yes. I'm showing my extreme prowess and abilities with German trains. Florian had another look and the speed crept up again slightly. Bugger. Just crawl in here so we don't get pinged on the way to the red. Let's get down under 20. That should do it. Always that nervous moment running towards a red. Doesn't change in real life, I have to say. Just as nervous. Is this our last stop? I kind of think it is. Yeah, it is. Let's have a look around the station then. Not a lot of trains in or anywhere, so it's a little bit quiet. But, you know, it could really be like this. It is 8:58. That's kind of the end of peak running, I suppose. Florian says that's why the procedure is to slow to 80s who have a 5k buffer. That's probably a good idea. One last thing, and then we will call it quits on this one. If you're wondering why I always go out to the main menu instead of back to the timetable and then back to the trains and then back to the timetable and in again, it's I find this crashes less. Going back out to the menu and back in again. Get a fresh copy of everything. I suppose we should stick with Stuttgart because that's what we're supposed to do. How long are the scenarios? Store wagon safety. Oh yeah, I remember that one. That's a bit crap. Sort it out. What's that one? Ooh, shunting. No one will watch that though. Inspect the unexpected. Let's just walk around and look at them, isn't it? That's just a full run of the route by the looks of it. They don't look very exciting. And the inspection one's terrible. Back into the timetable. What will we run? Do we do the horrible thing? Yeah, I suppose so. But they're really short. Yep. Could try that thing. It'll beat my ass. Nah, let's run an ICE then. Even though they're really short. We'll run the long one. We'll do them both. The 140. I did the 140 at the start, Florian. We'll find a short 140 after we do this ICE. Will we ever get an ICE 4, the chat asks. Oh, it's at night time too. Forgot. Setting this thing up. Oops. Oh, come on. Fine, we'll just do it this way. C5. Right, done. And don't have to put a key in this one, do you? I don't think. Doesn't sound like it. Wait for a moment. Headlights would be good. Don't think we have to do anything else in this one. There it goes. Yeah, we'll run the long one, 7 minutes, that's it. And then we'll do a 140. Amy says the ICE 4 would be too logical to add. We'll get a 3 Neo first. Hey, Richie Rail, how are you? If you get 4 ICE 1s, you can have an ICE 4. Oh. If I haven't mentioned I don't like you. Florian loves the 140. Brilliant loco to drive. Love the old hands-on stuff anyways. They are fun. Please, Mr. Signalman, can I have a green light? I am going slow enough that it's not going to whack me, so it should be fine. Yes, you're a funny bugger, Richie. What about an ICE 3 or an ICE 1? 2 ICE 2s. Do I have to contact a signalman? Where's the phone? Is there a phone? It's probably up there. Denied! You must wait. Bloody ICE master race people. That's why it's 7 minutes and the other one's 6. Richie says, I'm not so bad. Me and Shan are trying a New Year health kick and I'm starting the day with some shite overnight oats. Okay. Is that the train we were waiting for? Oh yeah, the lighting's supposed to be better here at night time, isn't it? I guess. Ah. I think I put power on before I released the brakes. There we go. Just have to remember not to go hard so I don't get pinged for the 500 hertz magnet. Ayup indeed, cucumber. Or should I do that properly? Ayup! You alright? The oats taste like cold porridge. I hate this train. Okay, what did I do wrong? Right. I don't know what I did wrong there. Oh, hang on, I've got brakes on, haven't I? What did I do wrong then? Florian says, I read that wrong. I thought you started your day with a shit. I was like, good for you. That's a normal thing to do. You get up, you have a shit. Why did you need that much power to even move? I should have said this was 15 minutes because of all the times I'd screw it up. But I don't actually know what I did wrong then. I stayed really low speed. So the 500 shouldn't have whacked me. But it did anyway. And I think even though it tells me it's okay, it's not okay because this much power, it should be flying along at 500 kilometers an hour by now. But give it all the power, it barely accelerates. Weird. Fairly weird. Florian says, as Wang Bremsung almost standing still is surely a bug. That makes me feel happier. I don't like it when it does something and I have no idea why. Safe to release. Do we believe the thing? Holy Trucker says, I just removed my TSW6 mods from the folder. It turns out I had 200 of them in the removal count. I didn't know they had that many. You know what? We're going to run the 140. We are going to run the 140. Because that thing's crap. Now you've got some green tea to drink. Ooh, tasty. I should ping Shannon and tell her about this stuff that my father-in-law got. It's ginger and root of something. All right, let's find a shortish 140 service. There you go, 23 minutes. That'll do fine. $133 mods. Bloody hell. How do you keep track of that? Flying Southerners never tried green tea. Jockey wants you to go on the seafood diet, i.e. you see food and you eat it. Reverser first. Come on. Come on. Right. Brake key. Hate controllers. How do you lot use controllers all the time? I mean, seriously. Headlights. Normal is fine. What are my lights outside? Oh, hang on. There's only me. Oh, it's a light engine run. Grouse. Unless we're collecting something somewhere. And Puzzbuzz? No, wrong keyboard. Puzzbuzz. No, not Pacifa. Puzzbuzz. Releasing would have felt first. Oh, yeah, and the train brake's on, isn't it? I think. Yeah, looks like it. That's better. There's that noise. Chocky says all the mods except half sitting in above the DLCs in the folder. I know the first DLC is Thomas, so I just select them all and drag and drop to get them in or out. There is a TSW mod manager, which is on Train Sim Community, which knows the games files, so it knows everything else is a mod. Richie's been doing some damage to himself with the seafood diet over Christmas. What are we doing in this service? Oh, we're going to collect some vehicles. Okay. Green tea tastes like lawn clippings in hot water. Kinda. Florian says, I think I did this run yesterday. I have to collect the container train next to you. Cool bananas. Chucky said I meant 1 or 2, not half. Very good. Richie says it tastes like cat's piss. Don't ask me how I know what that tastes like. Wench has ordered herself a tiger. Holly Trucker says some of the mods are using the T2 prototype name too. Confusing as hell. Yes. How do you know what cat's piss tastes like, Richie? I'm concerned. I mean, most parents, particularly parents of boys, tend to find out what human piss tastes like because, you know, once that nappy's off, they're a little fountain. Objective failure. Awesome. I assume they're behind me. Don't I have a red signal? Maybe because I failed the objective, it's not changing the tracks. And they're not, therefore not setting the signal. Let's have a look. I hate trying to remember how to use this. Maybe I just have to ask the signalman. Let's ask the signalman. Maybe that's it. Where's contact signaler? Ah, do it the easy way. Right, there we go. That's all it took. Holy Trucker says there is a train station on Birmingham Crew. Pisses me off. FPS drops from 90 to under 30 at certain stations for no apparent reason. It's station closest to Birmingham, about 2 or 3 stations out. Is that the chocolate one? Florian says, more importantly, does it taste good or bad? For all I know, it might be refreshing. Something that says one of the Smethwick stations, or Smethic. Isn't Mountain Dew cat's piss? Yes. That reminds me, I've got a bottle of Solo around here somewhere. Smethic Galton Bridge or Smethic? Because Smethic Galton Bridge is a very complex station with multiple tracks, multiple levels. No health benefits, says Richie. We still need to know. We're talking about cat urine because Richie brought it up. We have previously talked about the inside of Richie's ass, so it makes sense. That was gentle. Slipping. Oh, I think it's still pumping up the train, so we'll just leave it sit in 2 while it pumps away happily. I'll just leave you with the sound for a moment. I'll be right back. Speaking of cat urine. Hey, it's finally moving too. I have to thank whichever of my kind family members put this in the fridge instead of drinking it. Very nice of them. Florian loves how we always discuss the important things. Richie Rail says, especially if they're warm. Holy trucker misses the guy who told us trains are gay. He didn't last long, did he? Whoop, gone. You could have had a lot of fun with him. Yeah, probably, but most likely he just came in, dropped that and left anyway. He probably came in from the shorts feed, I imagine. I missed a part of your comment, did I? What can I say? Bodily fluids are often a good icebreaker. Does it work in the Arctic? Holy Trucker says GWE has to be 2 weeks out now, surely. I don't know. Chucky says, I feel like it's been 20 minutes and we're still where we started. We're moving. Richie Rao says it works in Iceland, the store, not the country. So you piss in Iceland a lot. Oh dear. Or you take your cat in there and aim it like a machine gun. Like a little fire hose. Little furry fire hose. Yeah, I know it's in the bottle, Chucky. It's Solo. It's a particularly disgusting drink. But perversely, I like it. It only looks like urine. Look at me behaving myself. What's going on? This never happens. Holy Truckers say, tap changes drive me nuts, but not the 87. I can master that, but German ones I'm hopeless. You know they're the same. More cats. That's a pretty long train, isn't it? For a German one. Yeah, there is an alcoholic version of it. Holy Trucker says he can't drive a train with a steering wheel. Chucky says, wow, it is long. That's what she said. Florian says, is that Solo? Yes, it is. Remember it well. Very nice. Surprised to see an alcoholic version. Yeah, there is an alco version. There's a beer version as well. A brewed version of Solo. The alcoholic one is called Hard Solo, which was like Han Solo, but not. But if you Han Solo enough, you'll make Hard Solo. I was never here. Cat urine, Richie. No, it's lemon drink. But it's not fizzy. It's got lemon and glucose and salts and things in it. It's kind of like the original sports drink, I suppose. Flying Southern said, could I use my Thrustmaster wheel to control the tap changer? I think you actually can, because I think you can tell a Thrustmaster to make the wheel into a joystick. Yeah, you might be able to do that, Holy Trucker. You would need Cobra software to be interface, yes, but I think you can tell the steering wheel to just be an axis for a joystick on the Thrustmaster. No, it's more of a mainstream drink than Lucozade. Lucozade's seen as slightly medical, but similar concept. The idea of Solo is they market it to sports people as though it's a good for them. And it's like light on fizz so you can slam it down fast. That was blurified when we came back. Fixed itself. Holy Truckle uses the HOTAS throttle quadrant for PPC controller. It's epic. Does that stay where you put it though? Or do you have to hold it there? Florian says more like low to non-fizz lemon squash. Yeah, pretty close. But it does have stuff in it. It's got a lot of the elements that something like Gatorade would have. I didn't set my brake mode, did I? I'll just assume we're limited to 100. So it's quite sticky when you hold it. I hate that hedge asset. It's the same one from TSC and it shit me then and it shits me now. Stop using it. Nowhere on a railway will you find a manicured hedge. Chocky doesn't like that hedge either. I hate the thing. It is really yuck. See, look at all this. All this foliage along here is really nice, but why the hedge? Holy Trucker says, this was the first sale for me. Dovetail never got my money. I owned everything that was on sale and the new stuff was still at a hefty price. Yeah, the new stuff doesn't drop for a few months. PlayStation sale was pretty good. They don't get many sales, but man, bloody hell, is it good. Look at me behaving myself. Isn't this weird? I don't think I've sped once yet. Oh, that sounds too weird. We're going back in here. Chucky says I haven't crashed it yet. Holy Trucker says I'm not buying the German stuff anymore. Same trains over and over. Dosto, 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 no. Too many dostos on the dance floor. We love dostos almost as much as we love sheds. The only thing that could possibly make a shed or a dosto better is a shed pulling a dosto. And like the sheds, they're not even the same dostos. Yes, Chucky, I'm slowing down. It's alright. Relax. We won't get there, but relax. Look at that! A shed pulling a dosto, is that possible? Yes, it is possible. Not only is it possible, in real life it happens. Because, you know, there are German sheds. You might need a translation card. Actually, it probably would work, you know, because as long as you didn't want the controls to work. I reckon the trees are popping in less on the Xbox than they do on the PC, Holy Trucker. I actually don't mind what's happening here. It's sort of a slow fade in rather than a straight pop in. What I don't like is how dead it is. Look at the size of this yard, and we're the only thing in it that's even here, let alone moving. That's just yuck. Which means there's no static stock on the Xbox, because on the PC this yard's chockers. Well, hopefully the PS6 comes out and I'll buy the Munchkins PS5 for an appropriate amount of money. Whatever that might be. And then I can run it on PS5 as well. So I can compare the consoles. Attention to Go does look fun, Holy Trucker, I'll give you that. It looks completely stupid. It's my kind of game. I'm concerned at the amount of dexterity you might need to actually do it. As they say in the classics, that'll do, pig, that'll do. Look at that. Not one speeding. None at all. How about that? Anyway, even though it's not quite 10 o'clock yet, I think I will leave it there because let's not tempt fate. Actually, look at that. Look at the... that's not a bad score, actually. 314. I normally don't look at points, but that's actually not bad. I'm happy with that. But anyway, enjoy yourselves. So I think it's, I don't know, is it better? I don't know. I've never run it on the Xbox before. I can't really tell you if it's better or not. I mean, it worked okay. I'll give it that, except for that ICE, which was a bit shit. I can't see that being right what that was doing. But, you know, the ICE is not from this route, so maybe it just hates it. Yes, Densure Attack is a train racing game, a bit like Metro Rivals. Yes, except it's in space. Flying Souther says Richie versus TFS versus Wretch versus TSD in a race on Metro Rivals. I think we can do that. I hate to think what our pings will do to it, but we can certainly try. But yeah, good fun. And I think Winch is in the office tomorrow, so expect to stream during the day. Because it'll be fine. Munchkin might be here, actually. We'll find out. Anyway, have a good one, and we shall see you later. Bye now. At least these buttons still work normally when I'm on an Xbox. Oh, hang on. Should I say what Hentus did? I can't get my thing up.